Hello, it's Mrs. Z. Mrs. Z. Okay, today we have grade 5, mission 2, lesson 15. And that is problem set. Problem 1. Lisa's cat had 6 kittens. 6 kittens. I think that's important. When Lisa and her brother weighed all the kittens together, they weighed 4 pounds, 2 ounces. Since all the kittens are about the same size, about how many ounces does each kitten weigh? So this is question. How many ounces does each kitten weigh? So let's see. There were 6 kittens, and if we are 5th graders, we're going to use a tape diagram, and we're going to present this to be 6 kittens. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. I choose to use 6 inches, and then each half inch will be 1 kitten. So the units will be same size, and then you can use that. Another thing I'm going to use is I'm going to parallelly cut each unit. So 1 kitten, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right? 6 kittens. Okay, 6 kittens. They all weighed 4 pounds. So this all is 4 lb and 2 ounces. Okay, but now 1 kitten is this one here. 1, I put K for kitten is a question mark. We don't know how much is 1. And that was our problem is going to be. Okay, so each kittens, this is unknown. And then first thing we needed to kittens to be in ounces, and this is in pounds. Pounds. I know the 1 pound. We need to know that 1 pound or LB abbreviation is the same as 16 ounces. When we know that information, that we can say, oh, that's, you know how the rule how to do it is like if you have 4 pounds and then each pound is 16 ounces, so then we will multiply 16 times 4 times 16 to get how many ounces we have. We have actually no need this right now, so I'm going to just erase like that. It's okay. So 4 times 16 ounces. So we can use a strategy. Think about this to be 10 and 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. So 4 times 10 is 40. And 4 times 6 is 24. And that is equal to 64 ounces. But we already had 2 before, so plus 2 is 66 ounces, right? So now, did I mess up? No, I think I did. 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 6 is 24. and that is 64 plus 2 more, 66. That's it. Okay, so now we're going to do equals 66 ounces. Now you can think about this easy if you give 10 each, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So then you will be having that correct answer there. Okay. If you are doing the 6 less, that's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each will be getting 11 ounces. So so Lisa had a 6. I think it's that way. If I didn't make any mistake here, I think I didn't. I'm confused by okay. So now you can do 66 divided by 4. We can say, oh, there are one group of 4 and 6. When I subtract, I got 2 left. And now when I break down, oh, I'm sorry, that shouldn't be, it's by 6 by 6. Okay, 1 times 6 is 6, and there is no remainder. Bring down the 6. So that we have 11 times, so 11 times 6 is 6. No, 1 times 6 is 6, and then there is no remainder. I don't know what's wrong with me. Today I can't think. So each is 11 ounces. 11 ounce. About. Okay. So now let's see if it's anything. How many ounces does each kitten weigh? So each kitten weighs 11 ounces. And that will be a problem 1 that we needed to solve. Okay. Now let's do problem 2. Okay, a container of oregano is 17 pounds. Heavier than container of peppercorns. Peppercorns and oregano. Those are 2 items. So container of oregano is 17 pounds heavier than a container of peppercorns. Their total weight is 253 pounds. The peppercorn will be sold in 1 ounce bags. How many bags of peppercorn can be made? So how many peppercorns of 1 will be made, of 1 ounce will be made? Okay, so let's assume that containers are the same. So first you can put yourself oregano, then pepper, the other one is peppercorn. Okay, so now your container, if they are the same, this would be oregano, and this is going to be the peppercorn. Okay, But they say container oregano is 17 pounds heavier than container of peppercorn. So that this one has also 17 more. So we're going to represent this as plus 17, plus 17. So if they're the same, then the unit will be the same, but this one has plus 17, okay? And then they also says their total weight is together, total weight is 253, 253 pounds, lb. Um, So what you can see, if this is, we can find a solution by thinking this way. Then they have two units. Let's see if they are the peppercorn like P. We can say P. Let's see. Container has how we can say like units. So 2 units plus 17 must equal 253 pounds. Okay, so to find how much is 2 units, we need to subtract this 17 from 253. So 253 minus 17. If you take this and take away that, you will know how much are these 2 units. So we can say, oh, 3 cannot be subtracted, 7 cannot be subtracted from 3. So we have to regroup, and that 13 minus 7 would be 6, and 4 minus 1 is 3, and that is 236. So when we subtract this part, 2 units would be 236. If 2 units are equal to 236, so 1 unit would be a half of that. So you can say divide by 2, or equally share. So you can do the standard division. So let's see, 236 divide into 2. If we go 2, we can 200 can be equally shared. So 1 in each group minus 2, that's 0. Bring down the 3 tenths. Again, 1 can go in each group, and then minus 2. 1 times 2 is 2, 1 is left, and then regroup the 110 and 6 ones. 2 times what is 16, so there is 8 groups that can be in the two groups of 8 or 8 groups of 2, and that is no leftover. So sorry, that means you bring down 16, and then 2 times 8 is 16. 16 minus 16 is 0. But this is just a simple standard division, but you can think logically. What is a half of 200? That is 100. Okay, and what is a half of 30? That's 15. And what is a half of 3? That 6 is 3, so 15 plus 3 is 18, and that is, if you do mentally, half of 236. So 1 unit is 118 pounds. Okay, because when we check 118 plus 118 plus 17, that is equal to 253 pounds. Okay, so now the problem with this is the question, how many bags popcorn can be made that are 1 ounce bags. So container is, if you if you have 1 pound, 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So here they want to share peppercorn will be sold in 1 ounce bags, just peppercorn, not oregano. So peppercorn is 118 pounds. So and then we need to multiply that by 16 in order to get how many ounces is 118 pounds. Okay, so 118 times 16 would be our solution for how many ounces are in 118. So we can do the standard algorithm. So 6 times 8 is 48. 8, I remember 4. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10. I remember 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. We did ones, so put 0 for the ones place. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And then we can add that. Right, so 8 and 8 and 8 and 1. So it looks like 1,888 ounces are in. So this is 1,888 ounces. So because the bags will be in 1 ounce bag, so that's how many bags they will need. How many bags of peppercorn can be made, and then we need to write answer. The many bags can be made. 1,888 bags of peppercorns can be made. And that is final answer for this problem number 2. All right. So let's move on to the next one, number 3. I have a different paper. I'm going to use that. All right. So okay, there you go. Problem 3. Okay. Each costume needs 46 centimeters of red ribbon and 3 times as much yellow ribbon. Okay. What is the total length? What is the total length of ribbon needed for 64 customers? Express your answer in meters. In meters. So the story is about in centimeters, but they want to answer into in meters. So that we needed to change the centimeters into meters at the end. That's my thinking. Okay, so let's start in the beginning. So read, draw, and write strategy. Read. Each customer needs 46 centimeters of a red ribbon and 3 times as much yellow. So there is a red ribbon. Okay, if this is red, I'm going to take 2 centimeters just to be red. So, and that is red. And then this one will be yellow. So now if they are the same, okay, if they're the same, the units would be exactly the same. And then once, so if the customer needs only 40, and this we know it's 46 centimeters cm. If the yellow is the same, then it would be that also 46 centimeters, and the boxes units will be the same. But the story says 3 times as much yellow. So yellow is 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So we need to show 3 times more. Let's see. The units have to be same size. So 2 centimeters, and again 2 centimeters. So it's going to be more about here. So here is 3 times as much as red. Yellow 3 times as much as red. So each of these boxes, they are same size. So 46 centimeters, 46 centimeters, 46 centimeters. Okay, let's see. It represents the first part of the problem. Each customer needs 46 centimeters of red ribbon and 3 times as much as yellow ribbon. What is the total length of ribbon needed for 64 customers? So the thing is that one customer needs all this. So one costume, sorry, I was thinking costumer, but it's not, it's costume. It's like they're making costumes. Apologize for misunderstanding English. Okay, so so now this is 46, and 3 times 46 would be yellow. Let's do what is 46 times 3. 3 times 6 is 18. I remember 110. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. So we can say that yellow is 130 and red is 46. So together, that will be how many one costume needs. 8 plus 6 is 14. I remember 1. 4 plus 4 is 8. And the total is T. Total of ribbon they need is 184 centimeters. So thinking this 46, and then this here is 138 centimeters. So together one costume is 184 centimeters. But they ask question, what is the total length of ribbon needed for 64 costumes? So this is one costume and they need 64. So if we needed to say one is 184, but we need to have 64 of them. So we need to multiply to get how many centimeters of the ribbon they need for 64 costumes. Okay, so I write my lines because I love them, guys, correct? And then I can say 4 times 4 is 16. 6, I remember 1. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 1 is 33. 3, I remember 3. Okay, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. I'm done with ones, so I'm going to put 0. for ones, and then I'm moving to tens. 6 times 4 is, I use this also, I'll cross it off. 6 times 4 is 24. Oh, 24. 2 is to remember. Now 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 2 is 15. So 0, I remember 5. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 5 is 11. And that would be how much, when we add these two products, we will get 6, 7, 7, 1, 1. And then 1, 2, 3, comma. So this will be that 11,776 centimeters. So now the question is, you need to express your answer in a meter. So we need to know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So if I'm going to change this to the meters, I need to divide this by 100. So if you look, you just say, let's see, 11,776 divide by 10 to the power of 2 or 100. So if you think the decimal is right here, so then this number will get 100 times smaller. So it's going to be 1 117, and then decimal point 76. All right. So this would be how many meters of the ribbon they will need. All right, that's is number 3. Okay. Oh, I forgot to write it down. Answer. Yeah, but I did express the centimeters. What is the total length of ribbon needed for 64 customers? The total length of a ribbon needed for 64 costumes is 11,776 centimeters, or 117 76 of meter. Now we are done. Okay. Number 4. When making a batch of orange juice for her basketball team, Jackie used 5 times as much water as concentrate. So water plus very thick concentrate, and she will make a batch of orange juice. Okay, there are 32 more cups of water than concentrate. Okay, so when we make that, we will have what batch of orange juice her basket Jackie used 5 times as much as a concentrate, much water as so if we, how much did she make in all? Okay, I'm gonna draw a picture over here, guys. All right, so that's it. So if we just give me a second. Okay, my dog Cookie, she wants out to go outside. So let's pretend that this is concentrate, and that is 1. Okay, so orange juice, C for concentrate, and then in my language we say concentrate. It's like thick juice that you can mix with water, and then you can make a normal juice drink. So if they use the same amount of water in juice, the unit will be the same. But the story says 5 times as much water as concentrate. So water is 5 times more than concentrate. So 1 times is this, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times is still here. So now I'm going to there and cross it. So now if we think how many units they put all together, they did 5 units. 1 is concentrate and 5 is water, so together they have 5 units. Now they said there are 32 more cups water than concentrate. There is 32 more cups of water. So if they're same, this is what is more. There is 32 more water. So look, if they're the same, but they said there is 32 more water cups than the constant, and then so we needed to divide 32. What is more? What information they gave us? What is a 32 divide into 4 pieces? So, or what times, if you look, 32 divide into 4 is what times 4 equals 32. So that is 8, because 8 times 4 is 32. So now we know that each of these units is 8 cups. So I'm going to put 8 cups, 8 cups, 8 cups, 8 cups, 8 cups, 8 cups. So now we know that each unit is 8 cups. And then we can say, like, how much did she make in all? So now if you look the total, how many cups we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 8 is 48 cups. So 48 cups is a total. So when we see 1 unit is 8, so in all, how much juice did she make in all is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units times 8 cups equals 48 cups in all. So she made 48 cups of juice. All right. And now what is that? That was A. And then now we need to do B. She poured the juice into quart containers. So the bowls like are 1/4 of that. So what that means is how many containers would she fill? So how many containers she poured the juice into quart containers. So it's going to be 48 cups, each one quart is 4 cups. 1 cup, sorry, 1 quart is 4 cups. 1 quart equals 4 cups. So when you know that, it's going to be, we have 48 cups. And then we need to divide that. So we can say that 48 times 1/4 will give us how many containers we'll need. So also if you do that is 48 1/4 means 48 divided by 4. So if you, or you can say 48 divide into 4. You can bond this, unbond to be 40 and this to 8, and then you can divide. 40 divided by 4 is 10, and 8 divided into 4 is 2, so together is 12. So that should be how many containers will be 12 containers. She will need, if she's gonna put quart, because in 48 cups there is they're dividing into 4 cups, it will be 12 containers. So could she feel she could feel 12 containers. And this was the last problem in the problem set, and it was lesson, I think it's lesson 15. So lesson 15 problem set. Okay, it was Mrs. Z. I hope you like it and it makes sense to you, and see you next time.